So what are conditional citizenships? Now in this video, I'm going to discuss two very important topics. One is conditional citizenships. There are certain CBI programs whose citizenships are contingent or conditional based on you satisfying certain parameters. So I'm going to cover that as the first part. In the second part, very important, I'm going to discuss countries that are stripping off CBI passports from their citizens, meaning you pay for this citizenship, you think you're going to be permanent, you're obtaining a citizenship of that country, but down the road, these countries are canceling these passports, and once the passports are canceled, the citizenship is terminated. You paid in some cases millions of dollars, and the next thing you know is that you're no longer a citizen. Now, this is particularly important if you're planning to renounce your original birthright citizenship, or if your country does not allow dual citizenship, and if you have obtained one of these CBI passports, then what is the consequences and what one should be aware of when they're purchasing a CBI passport, or if they have purchased a CBI passport. So make sure you watch this video right through till the end so you don't miss that second part where certain countries are terminating CBI passports. Before we get started, if you're new to my channel, my name is Jay, and here we discuss investments that lead to residencies, citizenships, and a whole lot more. So if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you turn on the bell notifications so you get notified of any changes to any of the programs and breaking news updates, and also subscribe so you get access to all the content. All right, so what are conditional citizenships? The first example of a conditional citizenship is the Antigua and Barbuda CBI. So you do the donation. The cheapest option is 100K. Again, I have several videos where I have covered this option in detail. So you do the 100K donation plus a bunch of other processing fees. And if you're a single applicant, then you can get citizenship of Antigua and Barbuda. If you do the 150K, you can sponsor a family of up to 6 members. And this is the cheapest CBI option that's available for larger families. So let's say you do the donation, you go through the process, you obtain citizenships for yourself and your family. There's a very important criteria, unlike other CBI programs here, where you have to maintain your residency 5 days in 5 years. Now the days and all of that is not important. What's important is that the contingency, right? So you have to maintain the 5 days in 5 years. So at some point you have to make plans to go there, reside, complete the residency. Now this is not to maintain permanent residency. This is to continue to maintain your passport and your access. So first thing is the passport. Typically a passport is always issued for 10 years by all the countries. This is the only nation in this situation in the CBI options which is issuing the passport for just 5 years. So after 5 years, you're looking at renewal. There's a condition, or you have to satisfy that condition. If you don't satisfy this condition, then you cannot renew your passport. You will lose your access if you don't maintain the residency. So this is a classic example of a contingent citizenship, where your citizenship is based on satisfying certain requirements. The second example would be, an indirect example would be the Turkish CBI, where let's say you get the Turkish passport, you put the money in the bank or in a bond, and you lock in the money for a certain time frame. Now this is liquid cash, right, that you're depositing in a bank. You apply for the citizenship. 1 year down the road, let's say you get the Turkish passport, you get the Turkish citizenship based on the condition that you will lock in your funds for a certain time frame. Now if you withdraw the funds, if you break the CD, or if you break the terms of your deposit, then obviously they will take the citizenship back. They could cancel your citizenship in that case, because again you violated the term. So that is an indirect conditional citizenship. It still has some criteria that you have to maintain for a certain time. Otherwise you have a risk of losing your citizenship, because this is CBI based citizenship. The other example is Vanuatu, where for a very long time the citizenship that they honored was an honorary citizenship. In the initial stages, they had a different color to their passport. There was a yellow color passport that was issued. Obviously other countries didn't like this kind of stuff. and there was a lot of confusion whether this was a real citizenship, how is it different from the actual citizenship that the natives get. So there was a whole lot of confusion in the initial days of the Vanuatu CBI. Now the Vanuatu CBI has come a long way in improving their program, but still there are certain confusing parameters that people face every now and then. Now these are just a few examples. There are other programs which have certain conditions that you need to be aware of, and if you don't satisfy those conditions, you might risk losing your citizenship. So these are just a few examples of conditional citizenship. You have to be aware of conditional citizenships, particularly if you are planning to renounce your home country citizenship. Let's say you're a US citizen, you're planning to get one of these CBI quick passports, and you're looking to pay some money, get this quick passport, and then renounce your home country citizenship. You have to be careful with all the conditions that are associated with these CBI programs, because the moment you are in violation of one of the conditions, then in the unlikely event that you lose your citizenship, this paid citizenship, then you don't want to land up into a stateless situation. So now the consequences of being stateless, if something like this were to happen, is completely a separate topic, and I can cover that at some other point. But the next topic is very important, which is the countries that are stripping off citizenship from their CBI passport holders. Now, if you're interested in watching this topic further, you can hop onto this video right here. Catch you in this one.